Hi, vinyl community. It's Maria. I've been trying to show a lot of my new acquisitions, and I realized it would be a three-parter, so this is part two. Um, yeah, I guess it's a good problem to have that I'm getting all these records. I'm gonna start off with I was at Goodwill and I found Convoy by C.W. McCall. Is that right? Which was a stage name, and it was yeah, it was, it's the trucker, the CB slang. It's really cool. Now it came out in 75. My copy came out in 77. It's the Band of Gold series. I don't know if it came out in time for the night, or if the reason it came out was for the 1978 film Convoy. But yeah, I found this at Goodwill, so that's probably my most recent acquisition. And then there are so many that are just piling up. So some of the stuff I'm showing, I got a month or two ago, but it's hard to make time to do this. I noticed I got on an Australian kick inadvertently. And it started out, oh, and I'm going to be doing some shout outs too throughout this video. Um, Midnight Oil, who has not been on my radar. Well, the only time they were on my radar was what, 86, when Beds Are Burning came out. And I haven't thought about them since. Is that right? The 1986, 86 or 87. And then so what got them back on my radar was Dirk at the Five Hole, who has not posted a video in several months. Um, he had been talking about it, and so I lucked out. I found it maybe a few weeks after I heard him talk about it. So go check out Dirk at the Five Hole, because maybe if enough people do that, he'll start posting more videos. He has a very eclectic taste, and he was just starting to do this thing where he would flip through every single record that he had listened to that week, and I really enjoyed that. So yeah. Oh, so anyway, this is well, like I was saying, Australian band. They got the idea for the album. They were touring through like aboriginal. I'm having problems with words. Areas, and and so it's called Diesel and Dust, and that's what they were really felt like they were seeing on the road. And I found I found this is from Rolling Stone. It came out, this is the review when it first came out. And so yeah, it's stuff like what is it? Aboriginal, that's the word, Aboriginal settlements. So, they were driving through, they saw Mother Nature turning the white man's manifest destiny into rotting truck hulks and ghost towns frying in 110-degree heat. And so they named it Diesel and Dust. And I'm glad I have the Rolling Stone review in here from when it came out. Sticking to the Australian. So this is obviously a very well-known album at this point. I think 2015 Australian Album of the Year, much lauded. I know Vinyl Richie has spoken very highly of it, and Courtney Barnett. Sometimes I sit and think, and sometimes I just sit. Well, it's such an incredible album, and she really the song that got the most attention is Pedestrian at Best, and I like that one, but I really enjoy the bluesy, where is it? I have my Small Poppies. I like that the best. Her delivery is great. Sometimes her lyrics are just very looking at normal everyday things and just talking about them. And what I'm really excited about, I've pre-ordered her next album, which is going to be out in November, and that one's called, oh gosh, what was that called? Take Things Take Time. Things Take Time, Take Time. And so yeah, I've pre-ordered that. It'll be out in November, and I'm going to see her when she comes to Atlanta in January. Very excited about that. The other thing, I was shocked that she made about 10 videos in Piedmont Park here in Atlanta. And it was shocking to me because she's from Australia. I could see if it were a local musician. And Piedmont Park's I spent the happiest days of my youth there. As a matter of fact, when she's on a dock in a lake, filming these videos, that's the lake that my mother and my uncle would walk to in the 1930s and 40s to swim in. So I was like so pleased to see that this park, that it has so much personal connection to me. She filmed 10 videos, and she's not even an Atlanta girl. She's all the way from Australia. So yeah, this definitely, I'm going to, anything she puts out, I'll listen to. And that's why I pre-ordered the album. So let's see. Oh, and then okay, I found this Men at Work Cargo. This came out, I'm thinking in 82, and it's got Dr. Heckle and Mr. Jive, Overkill, which I really like. I think I bought the 45 when it came out, and It's a Mistake. I really like that one too. And so this one I got, nostalgia, but it's really, there's some good songs on it, and I'm glad I bought it. So I honestly don't know what got me on this Australian obsession. So Ben Lee, I really only knew when he was like 13, and he was with Noise Addict. He did that wonderful song for Evan Dando, I Wish I Was Him. And it's great lyrics. Ben Lee is so talented. And is this, oh, it's not a gatefold. It's a double disc. And this one, so Something to Remember Me By, I think he was about 18 when this came out. So it came out in 97, and he was 18. And let's see. Oh, so this is the US pressing. And I think there's different song order. I can't remember what I was reading. Oh, but this is my favorite. For some reason, the packaging I love, because the inside you've got your orange, you've got your blue, and then I think the orange in the blue. Well, anyway, and then of course a poster of Ben Lee, but it's also got the lyrics. And there's one song, so most of these songs are heartbreak songs, which are so sweet because he's like 18. But there's a song in here I love called Career Choice, and he's talking about how when he was a kid, he was the best at whatever he did. And so I'm reading through it, and there are a few lines that just really stick with me that I love. I could have been a racing car driver, speed mad, seeking the thrills that my youth never had. But instead I was busy enjoying my age with teen punk rock anthems and hearts paid to rage. And so he talks about all these different career paths he could have taken, but he was just so busy just, playing his guitar. And I could have been a scientist, doctor or man with a stethoscope, diagnosing ladies' old hands. But instead I built fret callous fingertip scars on my 10-year-old hands made for toy ships and cars. But instead I strummed on my guitars. Instead I wasted my time. I strummed on guitars. That always connects with me because I'm having problems with my hands now. And I think that Ben Lee helps me more than any medication I'm taking. And what I love is that he's just so good at what he does. So he's right. He probably could have been a great racing car driver, scientist, any lawyer, all the careers he mentions. And every time he sings "Diagnosing Ladies' Old Hands," I think of my hands that sometimes freeze into a claw. And I think that his music is so, helps me so much more, even though, no disrespect to my rheumatologist. But the next one, oh, okay, so this this is sort of two things. So I was at Wax and Facts about 3 months ago. I was buying several albums, one of which was this, which I'm going to come back to. So they were in a pile, and someone was ringing me up. And then the gentleman who, I guess he owns Wax and Facts, this was an impulse buy. I had heard of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, didn't know anything about him. The cover was interesting. I picked it up. I asked him about it. This is "I'm in Your Mind" Fuzz. I asked him about it, and he's it's like psychedelic, modern psychedelic. And this is what's cool. That's the track listing on the back. If you can read that, I love it. And I realized, like, the only psychedelic music I listen to is from the 60s. So this came out, I'm thinking 2014, possibly 2014. So modern psychedelic. So I added this to my collection. And so they are from Melbourne, and they are very prolific. I'm not sure how many albums they've released, but it's unbelievable when I was reading just how much they really guys, it's in the 20, no, it could be over that. I can't remember, it's been so long. And oh, so this one is on the American label Castle. Is that, I hate that I can't see. Castle Face Records. So anyway, so the gentleman advised, this was an impulse purchase, and he while I was impulse buying this, they were ringing up my pile of records that had the swimming pool cues in it. And this is something was so fun. So I vaguely remember them from Atlanta, which is where I'm from. They and this album came out, I'm thinking, in 80. And what's really cool, if you look up at the top corner, that address, that's Wax and Facts. So the guy is DB Rex, that's Danny Beard. So the guy who was recommending King Gizzard, like, while simultaneously this is being rung up over there, and I didn't really connect it till I got back, and I looked at the address. I'm like, oh, then it finally connected to me. Anyway, but what's so cool, so yeah, I remembered the name. I had never heard any of the songs, but if you ever watch Ryan Kidd, and get ready for a shout out, he played on his channel Rat Bait. Really great song, and it's my favorite song off the album is Rat Bait. So you get to see a picture of the band. So time for my shout out. So Ryan Kidd, you need to watch his channel if you like punk. He does live streams with Dr. October, who's cool as hell. And Ryan Kidd has been getting some really cool interviews, and he interviewed Handsome Dick Manitoba. And at this point, instead of just shouting him out, I'm just gonna I guess channel him. So here we go. I can't do it. If you want to be someone in the vinyl community, you need to ride with the kid. Oh wait. You need to ride with the kid. The human B-side. The guy who heard about Huey Lewis, or found out about Huey Lewis from American Psycho. The guy who thinks I'm a pretty cool lady, which I think I heard Eddie Haskell say to June Cleaver at one point in Leave It to Beaver. But yeah, check out Ryan Kidd. And I don't think Eddie Haskell would have recommended to June Cleaver, something as cool as the Schizophonics, who I saw 3 days ago, I'm thinking. So I bought the 7-inch, which are covers. It's they covered a Roxy Music song, Remake Remodel, which if you can read it right there. And then they also covered an MC5 song, which was Black to Calm. And there are often comparisons with the MC5, and the lead singer slash guitarist Pat Beers. I mean, he was doing windmills, he was doing splits, great live band. And what's really cool, I'm going to be seeing him in a few days again. I'll mention that later. So I also bought the LP. I have not opened it yet. I've listened to the 7-inch. So yeah, so through Ryan Kidd, I found out, I mean, Schizophonics definitely, I can't wait to listen to it, but I know they're a great live band. It says here, this is their second full-length LP, and it's on Pig Baby Records. And I'm going to be seeing them in a few days. Tomorrow I'm getting on a plane and I'm heading to Vegas for punk rock bowling. And I wrote down, so that 3 days we're going to be it's outdoors in the desert. The headliners are Devo, the Circle Jerks, which I can't wait to see Keith Morris. I really like him a lot. I loved Off as well. And he's probably the coolest of all the lead vocalists of Black Flag. And Descendants. And then All is also going to be there. Well, then in 3 days, Lunatics, Anti-Flag, the Queers. I saw the Queers like the day after one of my birthdays. English Beat, a band pulled out who I'd never heard of. They replaced them with MDC. And in that vein, Bad Cop, Municipal Waste. So it's like 5 a.m. and later today I'm getting on a plane, and this entire weekend I'm going to be in the desert, seeing all these great bands. So yeah, I'll see the Schizophonics in Vegas as well. So because I've got so much, I'm just going to try to end it right here and then just do a part 3. I finally got my first 10-inch, and it's Ralph Sutton playing Fats Waller, and I love Fats Waller. And it came out in 51, and it's my first 10-inch. I love it. I really need to get more. So anyone wants to slip me a 10-inch, let me know in the comments, because I really need to build this part of my collection. And as long as we're talking dirty, I got Charles Bukowski. And this is something I got. I've always bought records at brick and mortar record stores. And then I went to a record show. Well, now this one I got it was like a catalog that, I don't even know who I ordered this from, but it's Bukowski reading some of his stuff. And I left the hype sticker on. Charles Bukowski, caught live in 72. Rude and crude meditation on the joys of life's darker sides. Oh, and let's see. So I think that the record came out in 80, but let me show you. It is absolutely gorgeous. Ooh. Yeah, it's sort of, I don't know what it's called, Clear with Black Swirl Ashtray. So that's probably pretty consistent with Bukowski. I'm sure he smoked a lot. He drank a lot if you read his poetry. So I've just listened to this once, and it was pretty good. So I'm investigating different ways of getting records. With the exception of pre-ordering Courtney Barnett, and I think I ordered a Shame record. I've never bought anything off Discogs, but I'm branching out. So I'm gonna try to catch a few winks before I have to get up and get on a plane and go. This is my vacation that I paid for in January of 2020, and then it was canceled. So I feel like I'm getting this free vacation because it was paid for a year and a half ago. I'll be doing the rest of I'm probably going to do a part 3, part 4, because when I'm traveling, I might hit record stores. So I might be making videos more often because I'm really have a lot of stuff to show. So thanks for watching. Bye.